My girlfriend admitted she cheated. I needed a real man, she grinned. My friends took her side. I just smiled, took my keys, and left. This morning, my phone flooded with 32 missed calls. Looking back, I should have seen it coming. The signs were there, strewn like breadcrumbs through the last few months of our relationship. But when you've been with someone for 3 years, you tend to give them the benefit of the doubt. At least, that's what I kept telling myself. It started with small things. Lauren began working late more often, which wasn't unusual during busy seasons. Then came the new perfume I didn't recognize, clothes I'd never seen appearing in our closet, and her phone suddenly becoming this sacred object, never more than an arm's length away. I'm not the jealous type, never have been, but something felt off. The way she'd pull away when I tried to hug her from behind while she was texting, how she'd step out to take calls, claiming they were work-related, the constant girls' nights with people I'd never heard of. Last Tuesday, I was folding laundry when her phone lit up on the coffee table. A message from someone named Kyle popped up. Asterisk, miss you already. Last night was asterisk, the rest was cut off, but my stomach sank. I didn't want to be that guy who snoops, but the universe seemed to be yelling at me to wake up. When she got home that night, I decided to be direct. She was in the kitchen, making a smoothie like nothing was wrong. The blender's hum filling our apartment as I leaned against the doorframe. Who's Kyle? I asked when she turned it off. Her posture stiffened instantly, but then she did something unexpected. She smiled. Not her usual warm smile, but something cold, almost triumphant. Wondering when you'd catch on, Nathan, she said, sipping her drink. Kyle's my boss. And yes, I've been sleeping with him for 2 months. The casual way she said it felt like a slap. No guilt, no shame, just pride. I needed a real man, she continued, grinning. Someone who knows what he wants and takes it. Not someone who spends weekends playing video games with Ethan and watching dumb movies. I stood there, processing her words. 3 years together, and this was how she saw me. Through the shock, I felt a strange clarity rising, not anger. Does Sophie know? I asked, thinking of our mutual friend who'd introduced us. Oh, she's known for weeks, Lauren laughed. Most of our friends know. They understand Kyle can provide a future, not just dreams and excuses. That hit harder than the cheating confession. These people we'd shared birthdays, holidays, and countless dinners with had been watching this, probably laughing behind my back. I pulled out my phone and opened my group chat with Ethan and Sophie. Asterisk, is this true? You all knew? Asterisk, Ethan's reply came fast. Asterisk, bro, you're great, but Lauren deserves someone more established. Don't take it personally. Asterisk, Sophie chimed in. We didn't want to hurt you, but maybe this is the wake-up call you need. I looked up to find Lauren watching, that same grin on her lips, waiting for the explosion, the drama she could tell everyone about later. Poor, immature Nathan losing his cool. Instead, I smiled, a genuine smile that caught her off guard. Without a word, I walked to our bedroom, grabbed my go bag, always kept one packed for weekend trips, took my laptop and keys, and passed through the kitchen again. Lauren stared, her grin faltering. Where are you going? She demanded. Out, I replied simply. And Lauren, keep the apartment. I'm sure Kyle can help with the rent. I heard her start to say something as I closed the door, but I didn't stop. My phone buzzed with messages, probably from our so-called friends trying to explain. As I drove away, I turned it off and felt something unexpected, ease. Sometimes, losing everything shows you what you never had. Update. First, thanks for the support on my last post. Never expected it to go viral. A lot's happened this past week, and I'm still processing. I've been staying at a small motel on the outskirts of town, not glamorous, but it's clean, and the owner, an older guy named Stan, seems decent. He even cut $20 off the weekly rate when he heard my story. Turned my phone back on after 2 days of silence. 32 missed calls, 47 texts, mostly from Lauren, some from Ethan and Sophie, and a few from unknown numbers. What caught my attention was the social media storm. Lauren had been busy. Her Instagram stories painted me as a controlling, jealous boyfriend who monitored her every move, emotionally twisted her for years, isolated her from friends, and threw a violent tantrum when she stood up for herself. Each post had hundreds of sympathetic comments, including from people I thought were my friends. The highlight, a tearful video claiming I'd financially abused her by making her split bills 50-50 while I hoarded money. Rich, since she earned more and insisted on that setup. Then came a text from Rachel, a coworker I've known for years. *K, check your email. Something's going around the office about you. Sure enough, a company-wide email about creating a safe workplace referenced recent concerning behaviors from certain employees. No names, but the timing was obvious. I should have been angry, maybe fought back, posted my side. Instead, I felt curious. How far would she take this? Pretty far. Yesterday, I stopped by our local coffee shop, thinking it was safe since Lauren hated their coffee. Wrong. The barista, usually friendly, gave me a look like I was dirt. Later, I learned Lauren had become a regular, sharing her survival story with anyone who'd listen. But here's where it gets interesting. While picking up clothes from storage, I ran into Olivia, Lauren's supposed best friend. She looked nervous, glancing around like she feared being seen. "You need to be careful," she whispered. "Kyle isn't just her boss. His wife is connected, really connected, and Lauren's been telling her you're unstable, dangerous even." "Why tell me this?" I asked. Olivia's eyes darted. "Because this isn't the first time. Before you, there was another guy at work. Lauren and Kyle did the same thing to him. He left town. That changed everything. I spent the night digging. Legal records, social media, anything. The previous guy, Luke, vanished from social media around the time Lauren joined the company. This morning, our landlord called. Lauren tried to remove my name from the lease, claiming I'd abandoned the property. When that failed, she said I'd threatened her. He warned me. His sister went through something similar years ago. Then came an Instagram message request from an unknown account. A woman in her 40s, elegant, wearing expensive jewelry. The message, "I believe we need to talk about my husband and your girlfriend. Coffee tomorrow, signed, Mrs. K. I'm meeting her in an hour." Something tells me Lauren's real man's story is about to get complicated. Watching her spin this web of lies, seeing our friends choose sides based on her word, it's liberating. Every nasty post, fake tear, and twisted story confirms I'm not losing anything worth keeping. Update 2. Sorry for the delayed update. These past 2 weeks have been wild. That coffee meeting with Mrs. K was a game changer. She'd been gathering evidence for months, not just about Lauren and her husband, but a pattern of behavior at the company. Remember Olivia mentioning the guy who left town? He wasn't the first. Mrs. K had documented 3 similar situations over 5 years. Young employees getting involved with her husband, then helping push out anyone who might expose them. This time, Mrs. K was done staying quiet. She had texts, emails, expense reports, even security footage from the company parking garage. But she wanted one final piece, public exposure. That's where the annual company party came in. I wasn't planning to attend. Why would I? But Mrs. K had other ideas. Sometimes, she said, the best revenge is letting people show their true colors. The party was at a fancy downtown hotel. I arrived late, dressed sharper than ever for these events. The looks when I walked in, priceless. Lauren nearly dropped her drink. Kyle's face went from red to white so fast I thought he'd faint. But the beautiful part? I didn't have to do anything. Sophie approached first, clearly tipsy. "You've got some nerve showing up," she slurred, loud enough for nearby groups to hear. "After everything you put Lauren through." I just smiled. Everything I put her through? That's interesting. Tell me more. That's when Rachel stepped in, my coworker, who'd been quietly collecting evidence. Screenshots of Lauren bragging about her conquest in company chats, recordings of her planning how to spin the story with Kyle. "Actually," Rachel announced, "I think we'd all like to hear the real story." The next hour was like watching dominoes fall. Mrs. K timed her entrance perfectly, tablet in hand. The projector, accidentally, played a slideshow of incriminating messages and photos. Lauren's desperate attempts to control her narrative failed. The real show came from Ethan, good old bros before hoes, Ethan, who'd been filming everything, planning to show Kyle later to prove his loyalty. Instead, he captured Lauren's meltdown. "You think you're so clever," she screamed at me. "You and that bitter old woman trying to ruin everything I've built. Kyle loves me. We're going to have a life together." That's when Mrs. K shared the cherry on top. Divorce papers, already filed. Kyle had promised Lauren the same future he'd promised other employees. Same script, different actress. The best part? I barely said a word, just watched years of manipulation unravel in real time. Olivia, who'd been quiet all evening, finally spoke. "I helped her," she admitted to the silent room. I helped her destroy that other guy's reputation. I can't do it again. By midnight, the party was over. Lauren stormed out, mascara streaking her face. Kyle was locked in his office with HR. Those friends who'd believed her stories couldn't look me in the eye. As I left, Mrs. K caught my arm. "Thank you," she said, "for not running." I drove to my motel, feeling strangely peaceful. Stan was up, watching late-night TV. He took one look at my face and grinned. "Good night." You could say that. This morning, my phone's been flooding again, different tone now. Apologies, explanations, people claiming they never believed Lauren's stories. Even got a message from Luke, the guy who left town, following everything through mutual connections. Sometimes, karma doesn't need our help, it just needs an audience. Final update. This is it, the final chapter of this saga, and it's been a hell of a ride. Grab some popcorn. The aftermath of the company party hit harder than expected. Within 48 hours, Kyle and Lauren were asked to resign. But that was just the start. Remember Mrs. K's documents? There was more, much more. Every falsified expense report Kyle used to cover business dinners with Lauren, every email plotting against employees, every twisted performance review. She handed it all to the board. The company's legal team moved fast, less concerned about the affairs than the pattern of workplace harassment and financial misconduct. Kyle and Lauren now face civil lawsuits. But here's where it gets interesting. Luke, the guy who left town, came back with receipts, literal and figurative. He'd documented everything before leaving, including the smear campaign Lauren and Kyle ran against him. He just hadn't known what to do until now. Mrs. K introduced him to her lawyer. 3 days later, he filed his own lawsuit. Then, other former employees came forward with their stories and evidence. What started as one scandal became an avalanche. Lauren tried to get ahead, posting a tearful video claiming she was the victim, manipulated by Kyle, and now persecuted. That's when Olivia grew a spine, posting screenshots of their private chats where Lauren bragged about her conquests and planned to ruin reputations, mocking her victims. Last week, Lauren showed up at my motel. Stan called me at work. "That girl you told me about. She's making a scene in the parking lot." I took my time driving back, found her sitting on my car's hood, mascara streaked, clutching a manila envelope. "I have dirt on everyone," she said, trying to sound threatening despite her shaky voice. "If you don't help me stop this, I'll release it all." I laughed. "Go ahead. Burn every bridge you have left. See how that works out." She threw the envelope at me. Photos, screenshots, private messages, her insurance policy from years of manipulating people. I took pictures of every page while she watched, then handed it back. "Release whatever you want. But first, look where your schemes got you." People like Lauren can't stand when their weapons are turned against them. She tore up the envelope in the parking lot, screaming we'd all regret this. Someone recorded that tantrum. It was all over social media within hours. The final blow came yesterday. Mrs. K's divorce was finalized. She got everything. The house, cars, most of their assets. Kyle's golden parachute from the company? Gone to legal fees. His reputation ruined. His career prospects dim. Google isn't his friend anymore. Lauren's moving back with her parents in another state. Her social media's gone dark. Those friends who sided with her face their own fallout. Backing the wrong horse has consequences. Ethan tried to apologize with a long message about being a better friend. I replied with a screenshot of his old messages supporting Lauren. He blocked me, coward. Sophie's doing damage control, worried Lauren's screenshots might hurt her career. I almost feel bad. Almost. Me? I signed a lease on a new apartment, got a promotion at work. Funny how removing toxic people improves everything. I'm seeing someone new, taking it slow, doing it right. The best revenge isn't scheming. It's living well and letting people destroy themselves. But I won't lie, watching it all burn has been satisfying. This is my last update. Thanks for coming along. Reddit. Remember, karma doesn't need your help. Sometimes, you just step back and let people show their true colors.